In this session, we are going to look on what is a file system, what is an inode, what is an inode table, what are the differences between soft link and hard link. First, we'll look on what is a file system and inode. To have a clear idea on what is a file system and inode, we'll go through a file creation process. For example, if you are going to create a file under /home/user2/pictures and the file name is file.png, when you create this file, the file path and file name are going to write under file system. A file system means which controls how data to be stored and retrieved from a storage device. Without a file system, information placed in a storage medium would be one large body of data with no way to tell where one piece of information stops and the next begins. So there are many file systems Linux supports like ext2, ext3, Resurface, ext4, XFS. These are some examples. So each file system have its own features, like some file system can support only this much of storage, and some file systems can have restrictions on file name length. When a file name and file path return onto file system, on the same time, an inode number is going to create. An inode number is a reference point to an inode table. An inode table can have all details about a file except its file name. The file name resides in the file system. The details are like the file type, what kind of file it is, like whether it is a regular file, directory, device file, or symbolic link. And access permission related information like who is the owner, what are the group, and what are the permission for others, etc. It will also have the details about number of links to that particular file. It can also have the information about the file size, timestamp, when it's got accessed, when it is got created, when it's last modified. And finally, it will have a data block address as well. The numbers in the data block address are actually referring to the start and end point of the data blocks for this particular file. Using the data block address, the file system is going to read and write data into the storage device. I hope you have a clear picture about what is file system and what is inode. Next, we will look on what is a link, what are the different types of links. A link is a pointer to a file or directory, or you can say a shortcut to a file or directory. So there are two kinds of links. One is a soft link, other one is a hard link. A soft link, also known as symbolic link. In symbolic link, you will have two files. One is the original file and other one is a link file. An original file is just like any other regular file, which is having an inode number pointed to an inode table, and it will also have a data block address which is pointing to storage device. The link file also have a different inode number with some slight changes in the inode table, where a file type is going to be symbolic and it will not have any data block address in the inode table. Instead, it will link the data block address to the original file's data block address. And when you delete the original file, the link file is going to lose the pointer to data block address. So the link file is going to be useless as it doesn't have a pointer to the data block address. Whereas in a hard link, you are going to have an original file with an inode number, and as usual it will have an inode table attached with that, and that inode table is going to have all the details including the data block address, and that data block address is referring to the storage device. When you create a link file using hard link, you are going to have a same inode number, whereas for a soft link it was a different inode number. And this inode number is going to have an inode table, and this inode table also have the details about the data block address. Using that data block address, it will refer to the storage device. in order to access the block location of that file. The beauty of a hard link is that even if you delete the original file, you can still have access to your link file, which means you can still access the data because it has still the information about the data block. Whereas in a soft link, you don't have the data block address once the original file is got deleted. So you can think of a hard link is a copy of its original file, whereas a soft link is a kind of shortcut to its original file which we use in Microsoft Windows. There are some limitations on hard link, and a hard link can be created for only files, not for directories, which means you cannot create a hard link for directories. You can only create for files. The other restriction on hard link is you can create a hard link only in the same file system. It cannot cross the file system. Whereas a soft link can be created for directories and it can also be created on different file system. We will be going through the practical session of soft link and hard link in the next video.